Zootopia 2 hasn't even hit theaters yet. And somehow, we already know a surprising amount about what's going to happen. Today, we're diving deep into the newest details, the hidden clues, and the twists this movie is preparing to throw at us. And trust me, some of these surprises are huge. Let's begin. The first major thing you need to understand is this. Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde will no longer be police officers, at least not for most of the movie. From what's been revealed so far, the duo will be forced to help a snake escape from a dangerous villain while uncovering a brand new mystery. But in order to solve it, Judy and Nick have to do the unthinkable. They leave the police force and become fugitives. The trailer even shows them sprinting across the city as police cars chase after them. This is especially painful for Judy, whose lifelong dream was to become a police officer. Now, the entire city believes she's a traitor, someone who needs to be arrested. It's easily one of the heaviest emotional shifts of the new movie. And the question is, will Judy be able to handle it? If you think you already understand everything about Zootopia 2, you may need to think again. Because one thing is certain, this movie is lying to all of us. And the biggest lie of all is about the villain. The first trailer shows a terrifying figure hidden beneath a dark cloak, seemingly the main threat of the story. But anyone familiar with Zootopia knows this franchise loves tricking fans. Remember the first movie? We expected a predator villain. Instead, we got Assistant Mayor Bellwether. This time, Disney points our attention toward a wealthy Lynx family who appears to be controlling the new mayor. We even see the head of the Lynx family ordering Judy and Nick to be removed from the case. That should make him a villain, right? Not necessarily. In fact, that's probably exactly what the movie wants us to believe. There's a strong chance the Lynx family isn't evil at all, and the real villain is someone no one expects, possibly a character from a species we've never seen in Zootopia before. And that brings us to one of the biggest new additions to the world. Zootopia 2 introduces species that have never appeared in the franchise, and the biggest new character of all is Gary the Snake. In the trailer, Nick mentions that a serpent hasn't shown up in the city for a very long time. We then discover a hidden population of reptiles living in a secret area of Zootopia that immediately raises questions. Why are reptiles forced to live in hiding? What happened in the past? And reptiles might not be the only surprise, because Disney has been talking so much about snakes that the real twist may involve birds, possibly a species we haven't seen at all yet. What if the villain is a natural predator of snakes? Maybe even a hawk? There's also another wild theory. Zootopia's creators previously said humans and monkeys do not exist in this universe. But what if they change their minds? What if the villain is a human, someone the animals would never accept? It would certainly be the type of enemy that terrifies every other species. Two snakes? An evil twin? There's one moment in the trailer that shocked fans. Gary appears against a dark background, when suddenly a snake tail grabs him by the neck, almost as if there's another snake in the story. This instantly made fans wonder, could Gary have a twin? An evil twin? The tail pulling him is the same color as Gary, which leaves us with only two possibilities. Either Gary is somehow grabbing his own neck, which makes no sense, or there is a second snake who looks almost identical to him. If that's the case, then Zootopia 2 might constantly trick the audience by having the two snakes switch places throughout the story. We'll only learn the truth at the very end of the movie. Nick Wilde's family. Another emotional storyline in Zootopia 2 may finally reveal more about Nick Wilde's family. The biggest clue appears in the chase scene, where Nick is wearing a shirt that says, "Foxy Dad." Yes, he's undercover, but this may hint that we'll finally learn about his father, who never appeared in the first movie. This could be painful for Nick, since he grew up only with his mother. And with the confirmed therapy sessions between him and Judy, the movie may show Nick opening up about his father, how he died or possibly abandoned the family. Could Nick's father appear in the movie? And if so, is he a villain or a good guy? Bellwether returns. If you think former villain Assistant Mayor Bellwether won't be returning, that's not the case. She appears in the trailer wearing a prison uniform, confirming she's still behind bars, but Judy and Nick will likely visit her for answers. Bellwether attempted to control Zootopia and eliminate predators in the first movie. And the sad truth is, many animals probably agree with her ideas. The new villain might even be a supporter of hers. There's also an early concept image of a sheep who is a master of disguises, possibly Bellwether's father or employee. If this character is in Zootopia 2, he may break her out of prison at the end, setting up Zootopia 3 with Bellwether returning as the main villain. One of the biggest mysteries in Zootopia is finally being addressed. Why do only mammals live in the city? With Gary the snake joining the story, we get our first glimpse at the truth reptiles live in hiding. They're disliked, and Gary even says snakes aren't the bad guys, implying something terrible happened long ago. We also hear a beaver mention that the reptiles live in a secret population. Why would they be forced underground? What could have been so bad? We may finally get the answer through the city's 100th anniversary celebration, because Zootopia 2 is definitely showing us scenes from the past. Here's what we already know. Zootopia is 100 years old. Snakes haven't been seen there in a very long time. Only mammals live openly, reptiles live in secret, and predators and prey once lived at war before signing a peace treaty. This leads to a major theory. Mammals may have signed the peace agreement, but reptiles didn't. Maybe snakes refused to stop hunting other animals. Maybe birds refused too. Maybe an ancient war broke out between multiple species. And the result of that war was the creation of Zootopia, a city only for mammals. If that's true, Gary is in danger simply because of his species. The hooded villain's motive. The hooded villain in the trailer seems to be someone who wants Zootopia to remain a mammals-only city. He knows reptiles rejected the peace treaty 100 years ago, and because of that, he wants to eliminate them completely. This could be why he's hunting Gary, why he wants to destroy the reptile community, and why he sees snakes, turtles, and lizards as a threat. He may be one of the darkest villains we've seen in a Disney animated movie. New regions of Zootopia. Zootopia 2 expands the world dramatically. We'll see new areas, including the swamp market, icy tundra mansions, desert regions, hidden reptile zones, and more. The Lynx family seems responsible for designing the climate zones. They may be the reason forests, deserts, and icy landscapes all exist within one city. It looks like this movie will show more of Zootopia than we've ever seen before. The Wild Boars, Zootopia's elite squad. We'll also meet the Wild Boars, the city's elite police unit, similar to SWAT. Their vehicle displays the letters SNFR. Whether they're allies or enemies is still unclear. We'll have to wait until November 2025 to find out. Judy and Nick might separate. Unfortunately, one heartbreaking outcome seems very possible. Judy and Nick may end this movie separated. They're already attending therapy. Chief Bogo warns that failure means the sheriff will split the duo. And when they become fugitives for helping Gary, Nick relives his trauma of being treated like a criminal. After everything he's been through, Nick might not want to stay in law enforcement anymore, and that could change the future of Zootopia forever. Zootopia 2 is shaping up to be emotional, intense, mysterious, and bigger than anyone expected. From secret reptile populations to ancient wars, from new villains to possible family reveals. This movie could completely redefine the franchise, and we'll only know the full truth when Zootopia 2 finally arrives.